Hi, everyone. So here we are. We made it to the end of the semester, and I hope I say this a lot and that you hear this from me, but super, super appreciate. I'm so impressed with how all of you have just really jumped in and done everything you can for our students and made this experience the best it could be. And I know in talking to my own students and just anecdotally talking to other students, I feel like we did a really great job of being organized and not just giving them a ton of extra work just to fill in time. Again, everyone knows this is not ideal, but again, we made the best of it. So, as the end of the semester wraps up, and I'm just double checking something about dates. So I wanted to talk about end of semester wrap up and what is going on with that. Um, so today, I guess, was Friday, May 1st. And so that means if your students wanted to drop or not, or go pass fail, they could do that today. So you maybe had a big uptick in students asking. They do not have to inform you if they did that. So all you need to do is enter their grade. And then if you put in a D or F, they would get a fail. And then if you have C or above, you would get a pass. So, you yourself, grades will not enter, I believe, until we cannot start entering them until May 5th because of that, because they will have to process everything. So, you have until not next Tuesday, but the next Tuesday to get those grades in. I would encourage you, once you have all the grades updated, send out an email to your students, ask them to check through the grade book, see if anything's missing. And then that way you can get them updated and you can get an accurate grade and get those submitted. So, again, and hopefully you've just been updating things all along and your students have reached out to you. I know my own students have emailed me this week with a couple of missing items. Some other end of the semester, just kind of wrap up things. As usual, please hold on to your attendance records. I know things are a little weird right now. The other thing that you need to do that the university has asked us to do since we were transitioning to Brightspace is they want you to download your grade books in Blackboard so that you have that information in the case that a student comes back and has a grade complaint or a concern, because at the end of the summer, Blackboard will go away. Now, students only typically have 30 days to appeal a grade. But again, I think with this weird situation, they just want us to be safe. So I just wanted to show you it's super easy to download your gradebook. So I'm going to switch. Let's go over here. So if I'm in Blackboard and I'm in Full Grade Center, I'm just going to go to report, create a report, give it a name, whatever, final grade, all users. You just need their first and last name. And then I just downloaded all columns. I hit submit. And then what that looks like is not that. That's what I'm ordering for dinner. Sorry, this is like the worst video ever. Where'd it go? Okay. We'll just hit submit and see what pops up. Oh, name. And then, so it comes out. That's why I couldn't pop it up. Anyways, it will come out like this. I'm sure there's a way to get it into an Excel format or something like that. But you would have this report and then you can just copy and paste that onto a document and then you have it. So please make sure you do that before your Blackboard access goes away. And so those of you teaching summer, I know I've shared a lot of resources with you about the Brightspace transition. Those of you who are not teaching summer but plan to be back with us in the fall will again have a lot of resources. Just so you know, nobody knows what the fall is going to look like. We still really don't know what the summer is going to look like. 5 minutes before I started this video, the governor talked about his plan to reopen, saying by July 4th, we'd basically be back to normal and could have events of up to 200 people. So there's really no telling. So I'm just sort of, let's get through. And so again, we're going to run the first part of summer classes online, and we'll just see what happens. The university president, I'm sure you've seen, has asked people to continue to work through home at home through the 30th. In terms of other things, normal things we do, we ask you to send in your grade distribution. We decided not to do that. Again, it's just a weird semester. Other thing, your groups you've maybe had, they were probably due today. I know some people let them be due next week. It's very possible you had a situation that a student decided to take it pass fail and just sort of dropped out of the group, or people have contacted you. The only advice I can give is be as lenient as possible. If you have someone reach out to you and say, the rest of my group did nothing, just grade their part of the video. That person tried. It's a different time. We can't intervene. You know, again, and I'm not saying just, if their part of the video is terrible, that's one thing, but be lenient, be understanding in those cases where students have reached out to you and asked for assistance. If you have students with outstanding work, like let's say they didn't submit their persuasive or something and they've contacted you and they're just in a bad place and they can't get it done. At that time, again, the option for pass fail has ended. So in cases where there has actually been a medical or mental or, whatever situation, we can consider giving it incomplete. I would say we want to avoid that at all possible, because then we have those lingering. But there are circumstances where it might be appropriate that just then students could, a month from now, submit everything. And if that happens, let me know. And then when you're submitting your final grades, you would just enter a grade of I. And then once your student completes that work, I'll show you the paperwork that we would file to get that grade changed. I think that's it. Obviously, myself and the assistant director team will be available. I was going to say be around, but we'll be available all through next week. Please make sure you get your grades submitted on time. If you have any questions, let us know. The Sonos report for online surveys should be coming out soon. I believe that shut down today. The presentation center is closed. Again, if your students did an online visit, if they have a screenshot, just count it. And then there's a couple of other options. Extra credit. Remember, make sure if you are assessing attendance penalties. I cannot remember if we built in an attendance column. If we did, or if you build your own column, just remember to put negative 10 points for each penalty that they have. Don't enter the number of absences. And don't enter a positive number. It will add to their score. So I think that's all I have. I was very happy today that it was sunny. So I've been hanging out in my backyard, and it's supposed to be nice all weekend. And it looks like soon we may be able to hang out with some people that don't live in our house. So that's exciting. So I will talk to you guys later.